All right. Welcome to Troll's Toys. Figure reviews, toy hunts, unboxing and rankings, unboxing and displays, etc. All right. YouTube Troll's Toys back at you with another video. And this is this week's Toy Haul, episode 23. Starting with pickups from Thursday, July 10th, that made it in after the cut of the video for episode 22. We got Sergeant Havoc arriving from eBay, from Rambo and the Force of Freedom by Coleco from 1986. We're just slowly trying to collect the figures only, then we'll worry about their accessories. And I thought he was pretty clean, right? And we got him for $7 plus shipping, so I couldn't beat that. Like I said, this will be a little bit more of a thriftier week. Obviously, as we've talked about from prior weeks, we've got some grails, but with that comes some expenditures, so we're trying to take it easy. Also, I got a care package for my sister who lives in Georgia, right? She goes thrifting like I do. When she finds figures, she sends them to me, and she'd found Star-Lord months ago, and he was actually half of this price, $2.50 new in the package. So she finally sent him because there's a couple of other figures that she found as well that we'll see. So obviously building out our Guardians of the Galaxy. Also arriving in that care package from my sister is this Turbo Invisible Phantom Ranger. She found him at a Ross, right? We don't have Ross near us, but you know me in translucent figures. I'm not in on Power Rangers, but I do like the translucent or sort of invisible looking figures, so we added him. And then the last item in the mail call arriving from my sister is Fan Takeover, Seth freaking Rollins Ultimate Edition, that she also found at Ross for $20. Right now, obviously I paid her for these, but she's found these quite a while ago, and she finally just sent them to me, so we're happy to add Seth Rollins to our collection of our ever-growing Ultimate Editions. All right, this past week, or the week of July 8th, was Target Circle Week, Wal-Mart Deal Days, and Amazon Prime Week, so we took advantage of some Wal-Mart Deal Days, and we got this Mae Young. Arriving from Walmart.com. We got her for $7.33. She's just going to go on our Legends wall. We don't have Moolah yet, but now we got Mae Young. And I know it's on a Legends package, but she's a legend to me, obviously. Also arriving from Walmart.com is Adam Warlock from the Guardians of the Galaxy. We're trying to build Cosmo. I don't know if we're going to keep Cosmo or sell him. We'll probably keep him because we're going to keep the Guardians of the Galaxy figures. So we ordered Adam Warlock as part of Walmart Deal Days, and Nebula. Nebula hasn't arrived yet, but we got Adam Warlock in on Friday the 11th as well. Actually, he came in today, Saturday the 12th. Right, we're recording this portion on Saturday. He was like $14, a little bit on the more expensive side, but we needed him for Cosmo. Also arriving on Friday the 11th is this Black Series Star Wars The Bad Batch Vice Admiral Rampart. I've not seen The Bad Batch. He was $5. We're not using him with Star Wars. He's going to be at the computer in Dr. Mindbender's lab. So he's going to be one of Dr. Mindbender's minions, I believe, when we set up our laboratory. So I couldn't pass him up for $5. Also arriving on Friday the 11th is this Marvel Legend, Captain America Secret Empire. And if I'm being honest, I think this is the most badass Captain America figure I've seen yet. So we're going to hold on to him. We have him, and we have the MCU Captain America now. Chris Evans as Captain America, and that's going to be the only two that we need. We actually do have a stealth suit Captain America as well. But we've currently taken and popped a Thor head on him just for now. That's my rookie attempt at kit bashing. And our last pickup from Friday the 11th, that arrived Friday the 11th from Walmart Deal Days, is this Spider-Man Marvel's Prowler figure. And we're going to use the masked head on him, and we're going to steal this head for somebody else, right? He was $12. So I'm going to keep him. I thought he was pretty badass. I like his grippy, clawy looking hands. I like his outfit. I like this masked face quite a bit. I don't know anything about the Prowler. I just thought he was a cool looking figure. Also arriving from eBay on Saturday, July 11th, and we got to try to see what we can do to clean up his face. Otherwise, figure's pretty clean. This is Firepower Rambo from Rambo and the Force of Freedom, 1986. Once again, figure only. As I said, we're trying to collect these. He was like 10 bucks from eBay. Our buddy Chris out at Legends Video Games and More in Granby, Massachusetts had posted on Thursday that he'd got in some Superstars and some Legends. And I got him to put the Macho Man back for me. And so we went out and picked up the Macho Man today. We did negotiate a trade. As always, I gave Chris some of my real money. But not a lot, right? And Chris is a great guy to work with. I love his store. So we picked up the Macho Man Legends for our Legends wall and the Macho Man Superstars. I was also after the Doink the Clown Superstar, but somebody beat me to him. And rounding out our pickups from Legends Video Games and More today, all from 1991, all figures only. We got Shell Slam and Michelangelo. We got, I don't know his actual name, hockey playing Leonardo and football playing Leonardo. I just love these vintage turtles in the sports gear. And you know, we've been looking at these stump turtle wrestlers, the NECA ones, forever, but to find this older one was really cool. And our last pickups from Saturday, July 12th, since we had went out to Granby to Legends Video Games and More, on the way back we hit the Wal-Mart in Ware, W-A-R-E, Massachusetts, right? And it seems to be the one that always has the best wrestling figures, but it also puts stuff on clearance way before the other Walmarts around me. So we got this Ultimate Megan for our horror display from NECA. Normally a $35 figure. We got it on clearance for 15 bucks. And the same thing, rounding out our pickups from the Walmart and Ware, we got Shredder Krang ×2. He was also on clearance for 15 bucks. We got one for ourselves to keep, and we got one to trade or sell on eBay, either one. Probably trade fodder though. All right. Continuing this week's toy haul, episode 23. On Sunday, June 13th, we went back out to Rietta Ranch Flea Market in Hubbardston, Massachusetts. Quickly become one of my favorite places, and we got 1991 Terminator 2 Techno Punch Terminator T800 by Kenner, loose with his weapons for 5 bucks. And from that same vendor, pan out so you can see it, we got Terminator 2 Future War. This from 1992. He's still in the package, but this bubble's cracked, all that good stuff. And I don't know, chromium, but 7 bucks. I couldn't pass him up. So we got these two Terminator figures from the same vendor for 12 bucks. I did not think I could pass it up. And like I said, this is gonna be a lighter week. We mostly picked up physical media at the flea market today, but we did get some action figures. All right, coming in from another vendor, we got Lieutenant Sparks with Mobile Defense Power Chair. And I can't say as I remember, I saw Steel and I remember it being a terrible film, but I can't say I remember much about it. We do have Shaquille O'Neal as Steel, but I couldn't pass up this figure for $2 whole, still in the package. I know the movie bombed. I thought it was pretty hilarious. If not for nothing else, just the power wheelchair itself. Not technically a toy, I know, but I picked up this Boss Fight Studio Flash Gordon 40th anniversary lunchbox for $3 from a vendor. And from that same vendor, he had this figure, and I didn't know who he was, and I guess it makes sense that I like him, but he's from 1995 by McFarlane. This is Chapel from Spawn, right? He's probably not worth the $5 I paid for him. I don't really know, but I just thought he was cool. Didn't know who he was. They don't have any service at that flea market. You don't have any sale reception, so it's, you just sort of got to know or think they're cool. And I thought Chapel was cool. All right, we got these three from the same vendor, and I'm having trouble getting one on the stand, and I didn't know what they were from. I'm not gonna lie to you and pretend like I've ever played Apex Legends, because I have not. But I thought these figures all looked quite cool. So we got Wraith, Bloodhound, and Pathfinder, but I'm having some difficulty getting Pathfinder to stand. I don't know who makes these, but they look cool, but they're not the best at getting the shit to stay on them. And this guy, I can't get to stand to save my life. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. But we were going to get Pathfinder and Bloodhound, and he was like, I'll kick in Wraith for $5 extra. So we basically got these three for like 24 bucks, 25 bucks. I don't know if that's a deal or not. I just thought they were cool. I don't really care if it's a deal. It looks like it turns out it wasn't too bad if I can get this guy to stand. We basically got a little bit of a package deal for these three. We also picked up a couple of other figures from this same vendor. Sorry, I gotta go mobile because this is Accelerator Suit Duke. He's 16 inches tall. He's from the Rise of Cobra movie. We have him in the box, but for $5. I was like, to go along with these figures, I figured why not. Rounding out pickups from that vendor, we got the Fortnite boat. Yes, I have this already for my dreadnoughts, but 15 bucks, right? Basically, I was like, I got to pick it up. Maybe we can do some customizing and try to paint it a different color. You know, we had success with the Paw Patrol boats. This one would be a little bit of more of a challenge for me. I never actually painted my Fortnite boat. I just put Copperhead and the dreadnoughts on it and called it a day. So maybe we'll try a custom paint job on this one we picked up from the Flea. Coming in from another vendor, we picked up 1998 Small Soldiers Insaniac Burger King toy and Chip Hazard Burger King toy. These are like Burger King kids meal toys to promote the movie when it came out for $1 a piece. Thought I couldn't pass those up. I mean, it was just cool to see. Well, he still works. I don't know what he actually said. That's what he does now. Chip Hazard, I don't know what he was supposed to do. That's all I get. But anyway, I thought they were cool for $1 each. All right, from another vendor, we picked up this T600 from 2009 by Playmates Toys from Terminator Salvation for $3. We picked up this Fortnite. I had to look it up because I've never played Fortnite either. Fortnite Skull Trooper. It comes with 2 alternate face sculpts for $3. Thought it was pretty cool looking. Didn't care what it was from. And the last pickup from that vendor was 7 of these 2-inch WWE Rumblers. I also had to look them up. There's 7 different figures. Well, 7 figures, but 2 of them are John Cena. You can't see me. We got a Randy Orton without tattoos and a Randy Orton with tattoos. So I got 2 John Cenas, 2 Randy Ortons. We got Brock Lesnar. We got Rey Mysterio and Kane. So $3 for that bag of Rumblers, 7 Rumblers total. And I'm going to count these as action figures. You might not, but for last pickups from the action figure front from Rietta Ranch Flea Market on Sunday, July 13th, we got Duckpool, and these are 3D printed. I do drive a Jeep, so I just thought this Deadpool duck was pretty sick and had to pick it up. And I don't like Pokemon at all, but I do like Pikapool. I thought he was pretty sick looking as well. And both of these are 3D printed from the same vendor. And that's our pickups as far as action figures and toys go, or toy related items from Sunday, July 13th at Rietta Ranch Flea Market. Turns out I think I was wrong. Lynn said that's Randy Orton, but upon further review, this little rumbler, I believe, is Mason Ryan. Turns out I think I was wrong. Lynn said that's Randy Orton, but upon further review, this little rumbler, I believe, is Mason Ryan. All right, continuing this week's toy haul. Monday, July 15th, arriving from eBay, 2 different vendors. Rambo and the Force of Freedom by Coleco, 1985-86. We got 2 members of Savage. We got Mad Dog and we got Nomad. And we did pick up some accessories, so I do think we have Mad Dog's whip that we got at the flea market a couple of weekends ago. But we got 2 more figures for our Forces of Freedom line, which we're quite stoked about. Arriving from Wal-Mart.com, we got Marvel's Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy, and now we can finish our Build-A-Figure Cosmo, the astronaut dog, and get the Guardians of the Galaxy on display. And finally, my pre-orders from Hasbro Pulse arrived. We already have this Dark Claw we got from Pop Market. He already came in. How a third party can beat the Hasbro, the manufacturer, to send them out baffles me. But we got number 155 in the classified series, Dark Claw, who we bought twice because he's got 2 different head sculpts. And we got number 156 in the classified series, Footloose. Arriving today via trade. We traded 2 G.I. Joes for the black and white variants of Leonardo as the Hunchback and Raphael as the Wolfman by NECA. And our last pickup on Monday, July 15th, I took a break from reorganizing the toy room, which is what we did most of the day today. Went to Savers, found this Rescue Hero for $5.49. We had a $2 off a $5 coupon, so we got him for $3.71 after tax. But as it turns out, this is the backpack for the figure named Rocky Canyon. But I think this is one of the actual original Rescue Hero figures because he's much lighter. But I don't know his name. So basically we got a backpack that doesn't go with him. But I think he's supposed to come with a bazooka or something similar. You know, but you know me and Rescue Heroes. I'm a sucker. I know they're childish, but I like them a lot. All right, YouTube. Continuing this week's Toy Haul, episode 23. Pickups from Tuesday, July 15th. We went back to one of our favorite stores, that's Entertainment. We've been reorganizing our toy room most of yesterday and a little bit today. We took some figures that were great, but didn't fit our theme or our collections or our space anymore. And we traded them in for some trade credit, and we got 175 bucks. Always a pleasure to deal with Chad, Nate, and the crew. And we used a little bit of that trade credit today to get the Hollywood Blondes, Jakks Pacific 2007. Flying Brian Pillman and stunning Steve Alston. Right, I don't think it looks much like either of them, but I couldn't resist. It was just too great. So we're just going to hang it on the wall with our other Jakks Pacifics. We only have 4 in the package. We got Brutus the Barber, Ultimate Warrior, Dusty Rhodes, and Diesel. So we'll hang up Flying Brian and Stunning Steve now. And from 2019, from the Scoob movie, we got Blue Falcon and Muttley in action figure form. I've been eyeballing this one. I never wanted to pull the trigger, but with trade credit, I would do it. Right? To add to our Mystery Inc. gang. We only have the core figures, but Blue Falcon and Muttley, I couldn't pass up. And then we picked up some Blu-rays. We got X-Men first 4 movies set. We got the 3 original Turtle movie set, and then we got a Scarlet graphic novel from G.I. Joe. That's about the only comic books I read is G.I. Joe. I was looking for Image number 9, but it doesn't come out till tomorrow. I was a day early. All right. Continuing this week's Toy Haul, episode 23. On Tuesday, July 15th, we stopped by the Toy Vault in Marlborough, Massachusetts before we went to see the new Superman movie. And who did they have loose? Number 53 in the classified series, Sergeant Slaughter. Yo, Joe! And I thought he had everything. I didn't do a super extensive look, but he had his baton, he had a weapon, he had his glasses and his dog tags and his hat and a minifigure. But I'm guessing he must have came with alternate hands. And they don't have those, and I'm thinking, man, no big deal. We got the Mad Marauder Sergeant Slaughter who came with shit tons of hands. Guess what? They don't fit this Sergeant Slaughter. It's like a complete repaint, but the pegs are different. I mean, it's the same figure. Why not make his hands, or the hands from this figure will fit the hands in this figure? But they don't. So I guess we'll display the original Sergeant Slaughter with the weapon. And on Wednesday, July 16th, my friend Eric from the Emporium of Retro and Interesting Collectibles in Easton, Massachusetts called me and said, hey, we got one of the G.I. Joes that was on your list. Number 00 Snake Eyes. And I was like, oh, what? I was confused. I didn't know there was a 00. So it wasn't on my list.
But I had just written Snake Eyes. I was meaning like the retro carbon because he didn't have a number. But then I looked this up. Apparently this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive to start out classified, I guess. So you take the slip cover off and it comes in this nice box. And then when you open the box, it's got kick-ass artwork inside. And this guy's from 2020. And now he's upside down, of course. I kept hearing everybody say the first Snake Eyes is the best Snake Eyes. And I thought that was number 2. But apparently it's this guy. Number 00 in the classified series. And he's badass. And he comes with a bunch of extra weapons. And this little, I don't know if that's a backdrop or what it is, but I was happy to add him for sure. I was super stoked. I didn't even know that he existed. So I normally take all my G.I. Joes out of the box, but that 00 Snake Eyes is going to stay in the box. We also picked up the Money in the Bank 2011 Ultimate Edition CM Punk. That is a ringside exclusive for the ringside price, basically, from the Emporium. So we are happy to add CM Punk. I've been looking at this figure on ringside. And our last pickup from the Emporium of Retro and Interesting Collectibles. Also didn't know this existed. This is Contra figures. I think it's... don't kill me if I'm wrong on their names. I think it's Lance and Billy. I'll have to look it up. But from the Contra game, this is one of my favorite games. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, whatever it is, the Konami code. And to see them in action figure form, I'm not sure when this is from, by NECA, but it's awesome. And I had taken one of my buddies who had never been to the Emporium with me to look at some of their, because Emporium has a bunch of Mezco figs, Shambles. And I was like, have you ever been to the Toy Vault? He said he had not. So we stopped by the Toy Vault in North Attleboro, Massachusetts on the way home, where in, unlike me form, I didn't buy anything from the Toy Vault, but we were in the Emerald Square Mall and we saw that the FYE was going out of business. And so he picked up Bruce Banner, Infinity Saga Bruce Banner for $6.38. And I picked up Luther Rail from Star Wars Andor for $4.23. Stellan Skarsgård in action figure form. And that's pickups this week, episode 23. Won't be any pickups tomorrow because obviously on, like most Thursdays, I work late. And we'll get this video out to you on Friday as always. But as always, this has been Trolls Toys. I truly appreciate you watching my videos. Shambles. And we'll see you soon.